Oh, now he's better. Now he's over 12.6. Now he's 12.65, but a lockup. Did he get that valid? In general, when you're validating on DDR5, I mean, we have Salty in the chat, but yeah, you've got Hynix MDI 24 gigabyte sticks. Specific batch, yeah. Of course, if we're being really, really picky, you need the best stick in the world, right? Then you can really go to town. Yeah, Sens is looking around. He's like, "What do I even need to do anymore? I'm so clear in the lead. It's just a matter of time now." I wish I were able to make things more exciting, but everything's possible. I just don't know how either Sebi or Bisso can come back. I don't want to make it sound like a foregone conclusion, but Sens is leading every stage except the dual channel valid. Oh yeah, I mean, he's got an hour left, or a little bit under an hour left. You know, he's got somewhat of an audience in front of him. He may as well just perform, but I think it's all academic at this point. I really, I'm just trying to be straight with you guys and gals. I think it's all academic at this point. I really do. I don't. I have several hats here. If Sens doesn't win this comp, I'll eat my hat, okay? But I just don't see a path. I usually have quite a lot of creativity in my mind, but even with all of my creativity, I can't. Yesterday I was the first person to say Bisso has a way of qualifying, and he did qualify, and it was amazing to see. But we're now at the point where it's all turning into a little bit of an anti-climax, I'm afraid to say. Let me just check one thing. I mean, not to put too pessimistic of a spin on it, but I just closed my Firefox. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry to say that, but I don't think, it doesn't feel as though I even have to look at scores anymore. Let's just enjoy what's left of it. Sens is gonna do Valve for an hour. Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, if it can improve his global or whatever. I mean, why not? There's a blue screen. Yeah, just unparalleled. unparalleled dominance for this guy. I'm struggling to remember the first session. I don't think we had capture cards up and running at that point. And first sessions are always, of the live qualifier, are always a bit of a feel the mood kind of set up. But of the two sessions I do remember, which is this one and the one yesterday, there was just never. It was just sort of in a lot of ways never in doubt. Like he just was there a single thing that I feel like even the stages that he hasn't won, let's say the dual stake thing today or the memory valid yesterday, if the competition had been close enough for him to need that, he probably would have been able to knock that out as well. It's just that he doesn't need it, so he doesn't care. He doesn't it's not that he doesn't care, it's he doesn't spend the energy because he doesn't have to. Yeah, he's got his ODTs. Yeah, all valid points, but it also sort of leads to the same conclusion. I'm at the point where I feel like I can start packing my bags, literally. Sorry to say. Well, at least Matt didn't miss anything in a way. This tells all the entire story, doesn't it? We're in the final hour of the comp, and for various reasons, not a single one of the systems is up. Go for a random HG. Yeah. If what booth are we at again? I have it on my Insta. That's another thing. My Insta is throttled for some reason. I put up an Insta post this morning, so 6 hours ago, and it's still not reflecting, which is odd. How do I look at my own posts? Shouldn't that just be obvious? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh no, I didn't put the post number in there. I guess what we do is we increase our bitrate for the grand finale, such as it is, by 500 kilobits. And we reopen the browser just to look at booth numbers at Computex. Because that's the state of this competition right now. Well, that's how things go sometimes. Okay, we briefly saw his valids. Okay, they are still bothering me that there's no UAC disable. He's all the time in the world now, and he's still not bothering to disable UAC. What is wrong with him? Okay, there are 2 exhibition halls used by Computex here in Nangang. There's building 1 and building 2. We're in building 1. So as the G.Skill website describes it, we are at Nangang Exhibition, excuse my terrible pronunciation, Exhibition Center Hall 1F, which is Asian English for first floor, or to make it even more confusing, what I would call the ground floor. And it's booth J0818, and come hang out because that's about all that's left to do today. And I'll just quickly throw that link into chat. This is the main G.Skill page for all that was going on this week. Most of it is over now. Here was the world record stage schedule. I haven't met Nick Shi. Maybe I should go over there and say hi to Nick Shi. Yeah, today's May the 23rd, at least Taiwan time. In some countries it may still be the 22nd. Here's the competition and the prize money for each spot. Since the only camera we have is from sort of behind their backs, you may as well look at their headshots here. That's the 9 benchers. So Black Dot, Jack Cheng, Surgeman, Lumi, Mika, and Demon were eliminated yesterday. Today we were down to Biso, Sebi, and Sens. And realistically, we're down to just Sens. There's also an extreme mod stage, which is I don't know why I'm going to be like. There's no real point in me pointing in directions, but just to give you an idea, I suppose the comp and the world record stage is in front of me. The mod stage is to the left of me, so it's quite a big booth. Not as big as Gigabyte next door, but it's still impressive. So the likes of so Zeus is upstairs on the 4th floor, which is confusing. So because of the height of the ceilings, they've decided to number the floors that don't exist. So the ground floor is the 1st floor, and the 1st floor is the 4th floor. You still following me? So Zeus is on the so-called 4th floor, which I would call the 1st floor because it's 1 floor up from the ground floor, but because of the height of the ceilings, they've decided to call it the 4th floor. So Zeus have an Zeus booth, and they also have an ROG booth. Next to us is the Gigabyte booth, which is also sort of attached to an Aurus, whatever booth. Let's just look at the floor plan, because what else is there to do? Switch to English. That's what I was talking about. Tynex 1, Tynex 2. So as an example, ASRock is in Tynex 2. We're in Tynex 1. Come on, where's the floor plan? Visitor, I guess. Floor plan. Okay, we may as well go into detail here, because why not? A lot of these manufacturers don't really mean anything to me. We've got Intel on the same floor as us. We've got MSI on the same floor as us. Gigabyte is huge. Team Group is close by. Synology, I use in Synology now, so that's kind of cool. Transcend, not really an overclocking. It's like they do like storage and not overclocking RAM, right? And V-Color, that's a RAM manufacturer. A Pacer, that's more like cases and stuff, isn't it? It's funny that Lightion is still around. PNY becoming more relevant now, right? With GPUs. So that's our floor. Then you go up the escalators and you end up. The 3rd floor is just meeting rooms and stuff, but 4th floor is an actual exhibition floor. So upstairs we have Acer, MSI. 2 spots for Asus. One is ROG, one is Asus regular. ADATA, BenQ, ASRock. I actually talking about the ASRock booth. I spotted a 520 hertz IPS panel up there. 1080p, obviously. And I kind of threw the guy in a loop because I asked whether it has DSC, display stream compression, because the Aussie benchers, not me specifically, but I've been sort of on the fringes of this, and the Aussie benchers have been binning monitors for 3 Micro 3, and broadly speaking, this is not going to be all that criteria, but broadly speaking, what you want for O3 is high refresh rate, 1080p panel, that overclocks well and doesn't have display stream compression. Then you kind of bin outputs as well, like in a very, very theoretical sense, because his output doesn't exist anymore these days on high refresh panels, you'd want VGA first. That's the lowest latency. Then DVI. Then I think its DisplayPort is a little bit better than HDMI in general. And then like USB-C is just like an encapsulation of DisplayPort, so I can't imagine that being better than DisplayPort. So either the same or worse than DisplayPort. And I think HDMI is the absolute worst interface possible. Maybe USB-C is even worse, but I'm not even considering that. But let's say of the big four, VGA best, DVI next best, DisplayPort next best, and then HDMI worst. And then the USB-C is like outside the competition even. And I asked the dude, does this panel looks pretty sick? If I down res to whatever the 1024s by 768, which is the 3 Micro 3 bench res. If I down res to that, it feels like that panel might do 6, 7, 8, 900 hertz depending on a lot of things. But the score might not be that great with DSC on. So can you either show me you disabling DSC or tell me whether or not the panel has DSC? And I didn't know, so he was gonna email me that. I'm still, as a person, please email me. I need to know for the purposes of Phone 3 what that panel does or does not do with its signal. Okay. Yeah, not a lot going on. In terms of, so that's upstairs in this hall. Let's go hall 2. Oh, actually, where's area N? I wanna check by once the stream is over. I wanna check, walk past the J5 Create folks, because I wanna let them know that their capture cards are amazing. Kit.co. So this is not up to date, but this is the streaming setup I run. Cameras, lenses, microphone, audio interface, and this is a new kit on the block. Is J5 Create. What? Yeah, it's the actual J5 Create. JVA06 is the model number. This is what I'm running. 2 of them. And they have a booth, in area N, and I don't know where area N is, so let's check that out. So floor 1, we're in area J. J and K are really close to one another. So if I mouse over, it should, so this is J, K. Okay, so it's color coded. JRK is the area we're around. So JRK, so N, where's N? I want to go to N. 4th floor. L, N. Oh. So the USB implementers forum has a booth? I want to go there. Whatever those people are up to, it's going to be interesting. Where is J5? Elsa. I passed by Elsa. I didn't know that they still did stuff. I remember Elsa from graphics cards like 30 years ago. Where's the zoom function? Is there a zoom function? Yeah, it's behind my laptop. SK Hynix is down there. Network optics. Fluence. Where's J5? Oh, it might be... They must have a really small booth. Look at the size of the NVIDIA. Oh, you can't see it. Max Linear. Okay, I guess I'm about to use the search function. I thought I could find it visually. J5 Create. Oh, it's in the purple thing. So that's still considered N. So upstairs and this direction. Interesting. Yeah, that's upstairs. And there's a whole other building that I may or may not move on to, depending on how much more boring the comp gets. Hey, good for Sens. Congrats to him. He's doing well. He's a sick. Oh, he's a sick bencher. Mr. Hold on. Gregory. He posted it, right? I just had something come up in my feed, but now I can't find it anymore. Black dot. Ooh, look at the amount. This is how much rain there is in Sydney right now. This is this is the governor basically of my state, giving updates on the public transport information situation. I hope my house isn't flooded in my absence. That would really suck. Safe ticket disc. Safe Disc is posting about Secret OC. So we have right to left. We have Jiacheng, Paul, Black Dot, Benchmark. Not sure who this person is. Demon, and Slams. Okay, what else is going on? Oh, and Mr. Okay, Sebi kicked it into touch. Let's have a short look. Yeah. No, still no signal. I'll go back. I'm not like 1 billion% tuned out of the comp, but I just on demand I shall go back there. Anyway, alright, let's remove my filter and then let's go to the other building. Tynex 2, first floor. Okay. I haven't gone to the first floor yet, so I actually may pop over there later on. I don't recognize any of these things. Does Lenovo have a booth? I should walk over there with my laptop and be like, can you please fix this? Gold Key, Flight Tech. This is all wild. Is this the floor of brands that don't exist in the West? Is that what's happening right now? Okay, this is more interesting. Okay, ASRock is up there. I sort of questioned their focus because when I walked past that booth, all I saw initially is server PSUs, and I'm like, can you show boards, please? You're ASRock. Foxconn, that's more of like an OEM type OEM. DeepX, that must be like an AI thing. Chaintech, didn't know Chaintech still existed. Antec, I recognize that. MSI. Hopefully I can catch Lucky Noob over there. I haven't actually met him. Zeus. Hold on. Oh, this is Hall 1 again. Never mind. Hall 2, first floor. Sorry, my mistake. I've been streaming for 4 hours and 40 minutes. Cut me some slack. Whole lot of nothing here. What the hell is SSI? Flight Tech. Right, okay. Now let's go floor 4, hall 2. Center stage. That appears not to be a brand, but rather like a description of what's there. Why is PGG so big and why do I not know them? Programmers Group. Okay, that explains it. I'm not into gaming. Zippy, Deep Cool, Lianli, NTU, PyStage. I thought Maxon was here. Their booth was pretty big. How am I not spotting it? Where's Maxon? Alright, blind. Seasonic. Oh, Niels might be up there. Okay, let's use this stupid. I thought there were. Oh, they're upstairs in this hall. Okay, because the two halls are kind of connected, and at one point I transitioned between the different halls without knowing, and I was like, I thought this was going to be... Okay, close to Azrock. Cool. Back to the stage. We have Way from G.Skill on the right. We have Sen's styling. We have Greg Oleski just chilling. We have Sebi having essentially given up, it feels like. He's talking to Albi. But is he safe in second? Like, I feel like we kind of have to do the opposite to what we did yesterday, where we were excluding people. Here we must include people. Like Sens is like excluded because he's won. Previously, in certain sessions, we were excluding people because they were disqualified, like they were no longer in the running. So let's just put a bracket around Sens and say there's still a race of some sorts to be had between Sebi and Biso, but I don't know what their rig issues are. They obviously both have rig issues. So Sebi has given up. Is that an indication of the fact that he feels safe in second? Because what's the score again? Or what's the amount of money that people get? Yeah, this $1,500 on the line. I never scrolled through the rest of this page. Okay, so here's the benchers. Then there's the extreme mod stage. I know some of these people. I know Shaggy, and I've met Mike. The rest I'm clueless on. Oh, I've heard of Stuart Tonks, but I don't know who he is, and I've never met him. You can't get the system running anymore, but does Biso have? Okay, G.Skill since 1989. Okay, back to the stage cam. Okay, so Sens is in bias, talking to Wei. Sebi is like philosophizing with League. Biso, let's check in on Biso. Oh, blue screen. It appears as though Biso is ever so slightly closer to running a benchmark than Sebi is. In a relative sense, not in an absolute sense. I think they're both really far away from running a benchmark. What's going on, dude?
How you doing, bro?
Good. So I've got Greg in the booth again. Yeah, I don't know to what degree you've been following the comp, but essentially,
For the most part.
Sens has won.
Yes.
There's still 1,000.
Sebi, Biso still hasn't. He's not posting any scores, but he still has a chance. They got roughly half an hour,
Yeah.
like 35 minutes.
But what I'm sort of a little bit curious about is, so there's champion is decided.
Yes.
Every place below, including up to and including fourth, is decided.
Yeah, but what happens when there's a tie?
Yeah. That's a whole other thing, right?
Yeah.
We can go into that in a minute. But second and third, so there's still $1,500 on the line essentially here.
Yes.
I've reason to believe that Sebi's rig is just not cooperating, so it's not putting up scores
Yeah,
anymore.
he's been having a lot of technical issues.
So now the question becomes, how realistic is it for Biso to come from behind and still get second?
Realistically, within 35 minutes, not very likely. But then again, yesterday he proved me wrong because I said no, absolutely not. Biso's gone. I told that I said that to myself.
Right.
And he just jumped up to second place out of nowhere.
Yeah. No, I
So
mean,
we'll see what Biso's hiding behind the scenes because Biso's a hell of an overclocker, man.
Yeah. I'm not an oracle or anything, but I did early on in that stream. Early on in that stream yesterday, I said Biso absolutely can crank out all these scores. It's a tough ask, but he can do it, and he ended up doing it. But I think that it's an even taller order today for him to get second than it was for him to qualify yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, today is the deciding factor. So
yeah, so he's currently running things. I don't think he's really getting anywhere, but he's at least got a running system, whereas Sebi doesn't.
Yes. And that's where I'm worried for Sebi, because I was really rooting for Sebi.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Americans are, and I can understand why.
We all
are. I'm impartial, but just given the texture of this competition, how it's sort of run, my sort of horse in the race was Biso, so I'm still rooting for him, but I realize that it's an extremely tall order now. What he pulled off yesterday, like
dude, all three. Well, not all three of them, because Sans wiped the floor with everybody yesterday, and he's wiping the floor with everybody today. But what Sebi and Biso pulled off yesterday was no more than a feat. of chance. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, so let's just look at it in a relative sense between Sebi and Biso as senses first. Biso's ahead in 7-zip.
Yes.
He's ahead in 32M.
Yep.
He's last in Geek.
Yes.
I feel like he'll
No
just...
memory validation.
Yeah, but those scores are kind of...
They're
if you were to add 3 more scores and just... They would actually be good,
which
good
is
enough for
probably
second.
what he's gonna do at the
Yeah.
end. We'll see where the cards may lie. I mean, Biso always surprises me. Like
Right.
last year, this is the exact lineup as last year.
Yeah, it is.
First, second, third.
Yeah.
This is how it played out. So we'll see how it goes.
I mean, he's doing stuff. It's
I
certainly
mean,
possible.
Oh yeah, you got him on the screen.
Yeah. So, okay, let's just theorize as to what would have to happen for him to get second. I know it's a tall order. I feel like those 3 stages.
Well,
you just
Sense's memory frequency is pretty low.
yeah, but that's the dual channel one.
Yeah,
his,
that's
his,
true.
His all out is
Right.
good.
Yeah,
His all out
that one
good.
is very
Yeah.
strong. So he can make up points in a dual channel.
Yeah.
Which one is stage 2?
That is the Y Cruncher.
Y Cruncher.
Has 30,
32B?
1B, but it's the
1B.
HEWA special with the CAS 30 and 1T restriction.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay, let's just go through the empty stages. He's currently
Yes.
32Ming, but that's a stability test. I don't think he's actually trying to improve his 32M because that's quite good. He would have to. Sebi's all-out valid is actually his dual-channel valid. He's not managed an all-out valid.
No.
So for me, the easy gains to be had are in all-out valid.
Yep.
Sebi's close to sends in the whatever this is, the Y Crunch.
Y Crunch,
that he was
yeah.
special. That would be my least priority because essentially coming third or not having a score is the same.
Well, that's the thing. Like with Biso, like he always posts his scores at the end.
Yeah.
I wonder if he already has them and he's just saving them.
We can try and what we can do is we can try and look at his results folder when he brings it up.
Okay.
Which may take forever. Oh, now he's scaling his display and killing us.
Well, yeah, we have about 28 minutes. 28 minutes.
Yeah. But we started a little bit late.
A little late.
Yeah, because Biso turned up late.
So we got 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just call it 30.
So he's now gone into 256 color mode and done all sorts of wacky stuff. But these are 32M
Right.
tweaks. Is there something we don't know? Like maybe he has these 3 stages in the bag, he just hasn't subbed them.
Yeah, that's very much a possibility. That's what he did yesterday.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, it just popped up.
But it was still he was certainly putting out the scores in quick succession, but he didn't literally sandbag 3 stages.
No, not at all. So we'll see what he's doing. I mean, it could be a repeat of last year.
Yeah.
But Sens for sure. I'm gonna call it right now.
Oh,
Sens has it.
yeah. We're not even discussing that. The only thing
It's
that is
Biso and Sebi.
just a slight bit in doubt is who gets second. That's the only thing we're still talking
Right.
about. So, which is $1,500. That's nothing to sneeze
No,
at.
no, absolutely not. I mean, $1,500. That would have covered my last night's massage. We'll not talk about that.
Let's not
that.
get into
My
that.
back
This is a
hurts.
family friendly.
Well, it wasn't one of those.
I wouldn't know either way.
Yeah, avoid those at all costs.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's just think about this for a second. The challenge is 2 of the outstanding stages are valids. That means that we may not get a glimpse at his valids folder until the very end of the
That's
competition.
true.
So the one that we may be able to glimpse on stream is the HEWA special because that's a bench-mated benchmark.
Right. Yeah.
So if he does end up producing a 32M, we can then try and cache his results folder and maybe see what he's got in that
Can
stage.
you do that?
I can do all kinds of things, but we need to. He needs to actually produce a score.
Right.
What's he doing now? He's killing stuff.
Yep.
Oh, he's setting priority, setting affinity, all kinds of fancy stuff. Wow. Okay. So he's shoving explore. Okay. So this is a known tweak, which is you set so there's certain processes you can't kill. So what you do with the processes you can't kill is you set them to a particular core and set them to low priority. So he's doing that now, and he's getting not exact. Lovely. That's what you want. I don't know who J and K is on YouTube, but I won't answer that question.
What's the question? Unity loves massages. Oh,
it's more of a statement than a question.
That's more of a statement.
Okay.
To be fair, okay, I gotta, because you kind of played that off like I got a
you didn't.
massage.
I know you didn't.
No, I got a massage where they stood with their feet into my back, and I'm bruised like crazy right now. So it wasn't a dirty massage. It was a very good massage, but I'm in pain.
Well, the good massages always cause pain, so that's
true,
a good
but
thing.
not 2 days later. Generally, at least. I'm in pain.
Right, okay.
What did you just say?
In Philly.
Lisa, I think.
Oh, I know who this is. Thanks for tuning in. He's a real life friend.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Anyway, so Yi has been like the top theory crafter on the stream. When Matt and I were kind of overloaded yesterday with everything that was happening all at once, Yi was like, oh, such and such bench needs exactly 200 milliseconds in such and such a bench to get second or whatever. So if Yi says that BISO needs stage 2 and 6, then I tend to believe that.
I believe it too.
Yeah.
I agree with that assessment.
And assuming no more work on Geek 3, I think, so BISO has struggled in Geek, so it wouldn't surprise me if he just never went back to Geek. I think that's all solid predictions going on here. Man, so...
Man, I like his rundown.
Yeah, he's on top of things.
Very cool.
What else is there to talk about? What is your, just moving away from, because it's going to take 4 more minutes for this run to complete, right?
Oh, we have over 20 minutes. So
in terms of how many Computexes have you gone to?
This is my 4th Computex.
In a row?
Yeah, not in a row.
Accounting for COVID, I mean.
2018, 2019, 24, and 25.
Okay, cool. So what is the stuff you do when you're at Computex besides drinking and getting massages?
Outside of the drinking, which is always fun. Business meetings, well, especially this year because I started out my own system integrator company. I'm
cool.
a PC builder, which is really cool.
Right.
I walked away from manufacturing and technically engineering, but meetings. But primarily, I stay at the G.Skill booth.
Yeah, because it's the best booth, right?
It's the best booth. I'm not gonna lie, it's fun. You have XOC, you have beer, you have women. All 3 of the above, they just tend to work together. It's a conglomerate.
I haven't spotted any women, but that's because I'm
talking about the G.Skill women, though I ignore them because they're all Eastern European.
Hey, be careful now.
I'm joking.
We have Eastern Europeans
in the
chat, and they're going to be offended by that.
Nothing against Eastern Europeans.
All right, cool. Right, so you're like sort of self-employed, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, so your focus is, you're an entrepreneur, but you do mostly tech stuff?
Yes. We build PCs, but coming from an XOC background, I finally tuned my PC. So I'm providing kind of like what Splave did with his Splave PC thing didn't really launch. No offense to Splave. Sorry, Alan. No one's paying $10,000 for a PC, not in this economy.
Oh, there's Lumi.
Oh, Lumi's here.
Yeah, and SafeDisk.
Yes. No, they got to come collect the money.
They what?
They got to come collect the money.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. No, but basically what I provide is just an end result, a consumer product that is finely tuned from my XOC background.
Right, okay.
So I take the time. I spent 10, 15 hours on every PC build.
Right, and it's PC in the sense of a gaming rig or a workstation?
Essentially a gaming rig. If they want a workstation, I always tune for efficiency.
Right.
That's what we learned. as exospheres, right?
Yeah,
It's always about efficiency. But I target more the efficiency aspect for workstations and lower power draw, lower everything, lower temperatures, just stability.
Nice.
Everything that I could do to make a more stable, efficient OS.
Have you seen the new Threadrippers that have been launched a day ago or something?
The 96 core one, the
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
9995. How many nines are in there?
I think it's 9995.
I think there's three
WX.
9995.
Yeah. It's usually a 4-digit
Yeah.
code. Oh, it's giving me the weather.
96 cores. Yeah. 34 degrees Celsius, guys. That's hot.
I haven't been outside in like 6 hours, so I wouldn't know.
It's rough. It's rough outside.
It's always rough outside in Taiwan.
Taiwan's different.
All right, we may as well switch over to this for a second. Right, so code word is Shimada Peak. Architecture is 5C, which is the same thing I have in my laptop, coincidentally.
Okay.
But it's got SMT, so that now you're talking 180.
Yeah, 192
threads.
92, yeah, or 92.
So boost of 5.4, base of 2.5, which doesn't mean very much.
I don't believe that TDP though. 350 watt TDP.
Depends on how they're measuring it, right?
Right.
So
I never trust AMD or Intel's, to be honest.
But like 96 megabytes of L2.
Of L2.
L2.
Yeah, that's insane.
What is going on
Well,
there?
you have to remember. I mean, L2 cache
Is
takes
per
up
core.
a big chunk of the node for the cores themselves.
Yeah.
So the actual on die size,
It's
the
huge.
lithography is huge when you compare them to the die size.
Yeah, because
So that's insane.
it's not very scalable, right? Like
No.
if you go to from 5 to 3 nanometer or whatever, your core more or less scales perfectly, but your cache doesn't scale
Right.
hardly at
Well,
all.
that's where the L3 comes in.
Yeah.
So the L3, are they still manufacturing L3 on a separate die? On the IO?
Some of it.
Some of it?
Yeah. The
X3D, they don't count. I'm not counting those. But as far as the general sense, this is an X3D CPU, of course.
Right.
But that 384 megabytes of cache, that's on a separate die than the cores themselves, right?
I haven't looked into it. Your guess is better than mine.
I want to say it's on the IO die.
Yeah.
Like
so
the system agent die, as I like to call it.
4 nanometer for the core, 6 nanometer for the IO die, which that's TSMC speak, right? Like 4 is actually a 5.
4 is like a 5.
A 5 nanometer derivative,
Yeah,
and 6
4,
is a 7
4
derivative.
plus.
Yeah. Package die count 13, so you've got the IO die and then 12 other dies. So 96 divided by 12, whatever that is, that's the size of a CCD. So yeah, it's still 8-core CCDs, which is insane. So it's got PBO, nothing interesting there. Still STRX5.
That's awesome. I'm sure I have friends that are willing to donate me that CPU and they'll pick it up.
No
I'll probably
iGPU,
bench
come
it just
on.
for
I
fun.
want an iGPU on my workstation.
Well, dude, you don't need an iGPU. Like even my main rig uses a RTX 85000 Ada. No discrete GPU.
Someone, DDDD said...
Oh, 32 megabytes per LL3 CCDs. Okay. So the rest is offloaded or separate. Oh, I think.
No, it's...
There
okay.
is 32 megabytes.
Yeah, but we have to be careful about how we describe things. So
because this isn't...
The IO die is literally manufactured on a different process. That's an entirely different package.
Yep.
But what we're talking about with the cache is shared between CCDs. Therefore, it sits in between the CCDs, but it's like on the same package still. As far as I understand it.
Yeah, I'm an Intel guy, so you guys gotta keep me
Intel
up
still
to
makes
date.
CPUs?
Yeah, apparently.
They should probably give up soon.
What's up, man?
Well, at least the smoke effects are happening. I don't know how much actual benching is happening. What's going on with Biso?
Yeah, we'll see what's going on with
Biso has returned to Geek, even though I thought he wasn't gonna. So let's see what he's cooking up there.
Oh yeah.
How late did you guys out?
What's that?
How late did you guys out last week?
Not even 52K.
Me, like 2:30. Lumi? Who knows? I don't know. 5?
He sent me that pic at like 3:30 in the morning.
He would.
He was like, come out. I'm in bed.
Dude,
I just got back.
I woke up at 6 a.m. He was already up. He's nuts. Only Lumi.
So, yeah, 32
Solid
meg-
pass.
Yeah, but it's not going to score well.
No.
No, he's not even
No.
at 52k. I mean, who knows? Maybe he literally has so much stuff sandbagged that
That's what I'm thinking.
that Geekbench 3 is the last remaining one to look at.
Right.
I don't know.
He's
Yeah.
not using the batch file.
Ooh.
But the batch file doesn't
Okay.
score better.
No, but it's the same time.
It scores hardly any time. It reduces the run length by something like 10 seconds. That's nothing. I don't buy that tweak. I mean, it is a tweak, but it's so
It is.
insignificant. And the thing about that is you've got to buy a Geekbench 3 license, and I'm too cheap to do that.
I own one. I'm not gonna lie.
Like and back in Geekbench 3 days,
It's one of my favorite benches.
it is for
Bench
me
3.
too. But there was a split between the bencher's license and the professional license.
Right.
And the bencher's license, which is what I have and bought, paid $5 for or something, that just allows you to validate files offline and have an account and save all of the scores.
Right.
However, in order to be able to use the batch version, you've got to buy or illegally acquire a professional license.
Illegally. Ignore that, guys. Wherever the camera is, there it is. Illegally.
So I'm just not down for that. And back in the day, I don't know what the pricing is like now.
I think it's like $60 or something like that. It's not bad.
That's a lot for a bench. I've never spent $60 on a bench.
I have.
I've spent.
I remember when 3D Mark Time Spy first came out, it was $60.
Like my
Yeah, I
bar-
was the idiot that paid for it. And I was like, what, 10? 5? 3? Maybe?
the benches that I have paid for have been like in the $5 range. So I waited for the Steam sale to buy PC Mark 10.
See, I don't run anything off Steam.
No, but you don't have to. So
Can you run it?
all of the
circumvent it?
Yeah, all of the benchmarks that are available to purchase through Steam can then be standalone installed, and the key you get through Steam
I didn't
can be
know that.
extracted out of Steam and put into the standalone
I
benchmark.
didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, you just log into your account, you look at your keys.
Oh shit. Well,
So-
I bought it when it first came out, so it's too late for me.
so,
I already
like-
paid the money.
I use Steam literally just to get cheaper prices
Yeah.
on benchmarks.
Yeah, you
so
can't
I,
beat Steam,
I
man.
bought like 3D Mark, Time Spy Extreme and all that stuff, and Speedway, whatever, through Steam when it was on sale, and then just
Right.
standalone installed it. Same with PC Mark 10, same with, Geek 5 and 6 I think I bought straight off of the website for whatever the price is. Or sorry, 3 and 4. 5 and 6 now is $100. But the ones that are affordable, which is I believe 3 and 4, I spent whatever it was, $9.99 on or whatever.
Okay.
So,
6 was
yeah.
the one where they changed this.
Yeah.
What is he saying here? Buffers or of failed Computex or question what a mean?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
The stream seems stable. That person has to elaborate a little bit. Geek 6 Pro is 100. Yeah, so
Okay.
with
that sounds about right.
with 5 and 6, they moved on to a model where there was no longer two different licenses. So it's either like you run a completely free version and you have to have your bench rig online, or you shell out the $100.
Yeah.
And the benchmark person who makes the benchmark has been contacted about it and told that you should probably reintroduce that other licensing model, because all it takes is for 10 benchers to buy it, and then you've made the $100 that you would have made. You know what I mean? Like if currently one in 10 benchers is buying the expensive license, or 1 in 11, let's say, if you were then to reintroduce this cheaper license, you'd be making more money.
Right. No,
So-
it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah, Geek 5 is $13 pounds. So yeah. So it was Geek 6 that changed the
Yeah,
licensing
6
model.
is pretty expensive. That's
Yeah.
got to be 100. Hey, Mark, you want to sit down? Sure. I got to go take videos after. I'm just waiting for the girls to leave.
So yeah, before you leave, I guess you can plug whatever. So you make custom PCs. You have a YouTube channel.
I mean, I don't really use my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
To be fair, I use it once a year for computation.
Well, that's more than I use my YouTube channel,
Yeah,
basically.
and same with Twitch. Like, I really don't. I have a Twitch channel, and I couldn't even log into it because it's linked to my son's tablet. Because that's my old phone number and email, and it's linked to my son's tablet. So all the verification codes go to his tablet. I'm like, you're 3,700 miles or 3,700 miles away or something like that.
So
Yeah.
Biso is back in OS. What? So he's screwing around with WMIC command lines, it seems like.
Okay.
There's a new version of Notepad available. He should probably install that. He's got time, right?
Not really, no.
That was a joke. So
He has less than 15 minutes.
yeah, he's building a WMIC command. I'm curious as to what it's gonna do. Probably nothing, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Where's he at in Geek? He hasn't
last
nothing.
Yeah, absolute dead last. Refreshing, but still dead last. So
Okay.
it makes sense to me that he's working on Geek,
Yeah.
given that he
But
is
I guarantee you he has some
wacky
scores
stuff.
that he's just going to post in the next few minutes.
So he's second in 32M. He's also second in 7-zip.
Yep.
He's last in Geek. So there's definitely a scenario where, depending on how big the scores are that he's about to drop, he may still get second in the comp.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the state of play. What is it doing? Set priority 256. Hey George,
How you doing, buddy?
what's going on?
I know. Unbeatable right now.
Does Bisu have sandbags?
He's sandbagging, dude. I think so. He's just gonna post some shit tons. He's gonna be like, here, take this USB stick. Here you go.
I feel like check. It seems like he hasn't posted anything.
We'll see within the next 15 minutes.
I got 15 more minutes.
Roughly. I mean, it's like 2:20. Yeah, 10, 15 minutes at most.
So yeah, I wish I could say it's exciting times, but we have a winner. And
Yeah,
we're just
Sens is
running down the
we
clock.
can already declare that, right?
Taking the W just like last year.
Yeah, just like last year. And you know what's the ironical part is it's the same order right now.
Yeah,
No,
It's so
repeat.
perfect.
that's part of the reason I wanted
Repeat.
Demon
It's
to
like
make
the
it into
Chicago
the
Bulls.
finals.
He
But
was
anyways, close.
a phenomenal first-time venture, maybe the best I've seen. First time
I-
ever on this
I-
stage, he did great.
Yeah, I met him waiting for the doors to open in the morning yesterday, and he told me he's been benching Ambient since 2017, but he's only done 6 months of LN2. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's done the Lord's work. That's for
Yeah, yeah. No, okay. Geek
All right,
score is getting worse and worse and worse.
No, that's not good.
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah. So,
This is oh yeah, it is Bezos.
did Sebi have platform issues? I wasn't there. I don't remember.
You know what? Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just taking photos yesterday
Or last year.
and today and video. Which reminds me, I kind of have to go out there. I'm just waiting for.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye.
I don't think they're leaving, dude.
They might stick around until the very end.
They
then.
might. That's okay. I'll post my video without the finale. We got it on live stream, right?
We've got Elmer on stream. Who else is around? Is that Sophos?
What?
Bottom right? Or is that Sebi having given? Oh no, Sebi's still
No,
there.
Sebi's
there.
Sebi's
But
right
that
there.
looks a little bit like
that's
Sophos.
Hawa.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
That's Sebi.
Yeah, I know. So we know everyone else here, but that sort of looks a little bit like the back of Sophos' head. But I don't know. Then again, he's from a rival. Like he used to be with Gigabyte, but now he works for Corsair. So it's it's okay. It's just some random.
Yeah, it's
dude.
not.
I'm over
You see
interpreting.
the side profile.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that stream deck. I gotta get me one of those.
So, yeah, it's amazing. I've
If
been
I
using
don't
it for
stream
years
anymore,
and years.
but it looks very
Let me go
convenient.
to the face cam for a second. So that's what Greg is referring
Yeah,
to.
stream deck.
But every single position on this is in use, and in fact, there are 2 views that I don't have on here because I've run out of space. So you can do stuff like in page to the next
But they
page.
sell them with more buttons, right?
I was about to get to that. So
Okay.
to work around it, I could have assigned a next page button and then have another 5, and
Okay.
then
So
or,
5 out of 6.
yeah,
Plus
or
whatever.
you can software switch Stream Deck. So what you can also do is like you can page through here. See how it's switching between the
Oh,
buttons?
interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's
dude.
amazing, dude. But I have never at home. My streaming setup is a little bit less elaborate than this. I think it goes
Right.
without saying. And there, I'm fine with the 6 buttons. But in terms of number of hardware buttons, there's the 6. This is the mini. This is 6. There's the regular, which is 15, and then there's the XL, which is 32. So once I get home, I'm gonna upgrade to at least the 15.
Yeah, I don't think 32 is necessary.
But depending on what the price difference is, if the price difference is only like 5 or 10%, I might go 32 just
Yeah.
future-proofing.
yeah, why not? Yeah, but it could also get confusing.
But it's you can.
No, I
you
mean,
can,
once
you
you start working with something, it's
Yeah.
kind of like second nature.
like you
muscle
can
memory.
custom load pictures into here. So you could make this button like all red, this button all green, like to
Dude,
color
it
label.
looks really cool.
It's. I've been using it for 7 years.
I'm so out of touch with
I
modern day
can't fault
technology.
this. Now,
I'm just an old man at this point.
me too. Elgato, which is the manufacturer of Stream Deck, they where's Bizzo? Let's keep it on Bizzo for a bit. Their their capture cards, both the USB based ones and the PCI ones, I don't rate at all. I've used them in the past. I've had to sell them because they couldn't handle BIOS resolution.
Yeah, I use AverMedia.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
It can be. I have an even more expensive capture card than that. But their Stream Deck and their they have like a stand type thing. I love that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to either 15 or 32 because next year, if there is a next year, I have to discuss with
There
G.Skill.
will be a next year.
I have to talk
You'll
to
be
Fran.
back.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
be back.
I know the competition will be back, but I have to still sort of let's say
Manage it.
negotiate with G.Skill. If there is a next year, the type of stuff I'm planning is he's back on 7-zip.
Oh, it sounds like we're in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I want to add like
Once they pull this song up,
like especially on like the individual view like this.
Yeah.
I love to have like CPU temp probe, memory stick 1 temp probe, memory stick 2 temp probe, and Elmore has like a little PCB that does that.
oh,
So
really?
I want to.
Oh yeah, I saw it
Yeah.
on the system when it was.
I want to
mentioned.
hook up with Elmore and get 3 of his little
Yeah,
PCBs
for all the
and
contestants.
absolutely go to town next year because one of the things that I'm not able to discern in here in the booth is temps.
Right.
So I want that information relayed back.
Yeah,
somehow.
there's no other way outside of capturing it with a single camera.
Nah,
per-
that's a waste of like.
That's a
bandwidth.
waste of time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Because-
do that. They'll knock it over. They don't care. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Camera, get the hell out of here."
Elmore's thing, he's really smart, obviously, in terms of hardware and all that. He told me that my understanding of it is that at the end of the day, it kind of just writes text into a text file. So then all you have to do is like monitor that text file
Yeah.
and splice that data into your stream, and that's all.
That makes
all it- yeah.
sense.
And it's got whatever number of inputs. I'm assuming 4 inputs. So that 4 inputs would be enough to monitor, depending on what the contestant wants to do. But 4 inputs would allow you to monitor CPU pod, stick 1, stick 2,
Right.
and the memory pod.
Everything,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. Biso is not reaching. He's now full screen tweaking. He's not reaching his current score, which is 83.2. His last one was 83.
Well, let's see what happens in the coming minutes
Yeah,
with
yeah,
stage
yeah.
1, 2, and 6.
So yeah,
He's got to have something. I mean, I don't see otherwise. Like,
so
if he doesn't, then that's unfortunate. But-
I'm so happy I was
oh,
able.
Dan's here.
Oh, in the chat, yeah.
Yeah, German victory. Go Dan.
So I'm so happy I was able to hook in another screen today because I only asked for 1 screen. I felt like that's all I could really ask because there's a shortage of screens. Then, like on day 2 or something, Shaggy came in to debug his rig, and there was a screen involved, but they needed the screen.
You're
But-
like, leave the screen. Just leave
But
it.
all of yesterday, it didn't really click in my head that I could use the screen. All of yesterday, there was no debugging going on anymore, yet the screen was left here.
Yeah.
So this morning when I set up, I was like, I'm grabbing that screen. And it's helped me enormously to keep everything up on the screens. But at home, in terms of screen real estate, I probably have an entire other screen's worth of real estate because I have a 34-inch ultra-wide and a benching screen.
Congrats, Sense.
It's done.
That's
It's
done.
over.
It's over.
It's over. All right.
Good job,
It's
buddy.
official. It's official.
I like the Taiwanese
Wave, yeah. So,
Yeah, Sens wins. Sebi, no, yeah. Biso didn't post any. He didn't submit any scores.
There may
Okay,
still
so I
be
was
stuff.
wrong. I thought he was sandbagging for a little bit.
my understanding is that if the judges are doing it, then subbing of scores after the deadline is still allowed. It's just
Is
the
it?
production of scores that the deadline relates
Oh
to.
right, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So we'll keep a little bit of an eye. But if you
Yeah,
have to
but
go
no one's beating Sens. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He got
No. It's all about
50
seconds.
across the board outside of memory validation.
Yeah.
Generic memory validation. That's insane. Like he got. Could you pull that up on the stream?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
and there we go.
Sens clean sweep
Pretty much, except the
outside
dual
of memory
channel ballot.
validation.
Yeah, I'll just do a refresh. Nothing happening
not gonna
yet.
change.
Well, the sense part of things isn't going to change, but there's still a tiny bit of intrigue about second place. Not
yeah,
long.
I don't think they're gonna change that. There's no valid score. I mean, unless he really did save those and they allow him to submit.
Either that, or there's an extremely remote chance of some scores getting pulled, but a lot of scores would have to be pulled in order for Sebi to drop to third.
Right.
A lot.
Dude, that's wow. Second year in a row.
Yeah,
Good for Sens.
he's a great bencher.
He is.
Which kind of leads on to the point that it's really, really sad that EVGA don't make boards anymore because he used to be an EVGA bencher and he used to run Kingpin boards. And there's a real lack of diversity in terms of boards in this comp. We have 8
I
Azus
agree.
benchers on 1 gigabyte.
Yeah,
No
one.
MSI, no
One.
ASRock, no.
Well, last year,
EVGA.
nothing
yeah.
outside of Aces. 9 Aces boards. This year we have a little bit of diversity with 1 to 8.
Yeah.
One
yeah.
running a gigabyte board. Yeah, EVGA it's sad. I don't really want to get into the thick of it because I know too much about the politics of it all.
Me too. I've talked to Vince about it, but
pretty sad.
not something that can be shared.
Oh,
on
Vince
the
is
stream.
doing well though.
Yeah, but there's a lot of little like
Details.
sub stories.
Yeah.
on
Oh yeah,
that whole
there's
thing.
plenty involving Andrew.
Right.
We'll not talk about Andrew. I don't want to get
Anyway.
a cease and desist letter.
Oh, Delta's launching new routes. Great.
Oh, very
Random.
nice.
Which ones are they? I'm not really a Delta frequent flyer. but-
What did the message say on Discord? Sebi won the 2-stick Mem Valley.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Not overall. Yeah.
Seoul to Salt Lake
Generic.
City. I'm really sorry to go extremely off topic, but
No,
I am an
you're fine.
aviation geek. They're going to do Seoul to Salt Lake City. That's exciting. I love Salt Lake City.
Who is?
Delta Airlines.
Oh,
Okay, back to the comp. Let's sort of do a little bit of a summary.
okay.
Everyone's tearing down. No more scores are being produced. Sens has definitely
Wiped the
won.
floor.
Won the comp, start to finish. I guess I should open up Discord and check with Albie if there's still something happening with Biso.
Yeah, see
Unlikely.
what's up.
Unlikely, but let's see.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, he didn't. There's 3 submissions that weren't even submitted. It's unfortunate, but I mean, 3rd place isn't bad.
Hey, Shai.
What's up, Shaggy?
Scores to come for Biso, or we are clear. 1, 2, 3. Sens. Sebi. Biso.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the only relevant question anymore. Otherwise,
Essentially, yeah.
let's enjoy the music. It might bleed into the mic a little bit. We don't have sound on the stage, but people on stream might be able to
Yeah.
hear it. Yeah, so we've got music, we've got spectators, we've got visual effects, we've got people tearing down their rigs, and otherwise
And-
we're done. 4 days
Yeah.
of temp benching, it's all over.
It's all over, but it was a good ride.
Uh,
Congratulations again to Sens.
nah,
Two back-to-back wins.
yeah, it's amazing.
It's not common.
I would love to just spend the tiniest amount of time on the other spots, which is hard to do. But okay, I keep this tab down here. People won't be able to see it on stream, but I'll just talk through it. So, OC champion, so Sens 10k,
Yep.
Sebi 6.5k, provisionally, Biso 5k. Who got fourth? Let's check. Demon, new bencher.
Yeah.
He's gone home
Dude,
with
that kid
4.2k.
surprised the shit out of me.
Yeah. No cursing, please. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's all good.
My bad, guys.
Fifth goes to Lumi, 3.4k. Sixth goes to Black Dot, 3k. All of this US dollars, not Taiwan dollars, because that's a lot less money.
Yeah, USD.
Seventh, 2.8k goes to Mika. Eighth, 2.6k goes to Serge. And Jian Cheng gets 2.5k. So that's the 40,000.
And
sold
Serge
out.
is benching today.
No, today is Azrock Day. He was benching yesterday.
Oh, I could have swore I saw him today.
He's around. He's hanging out. But
No, he was on the stage.
he wasn't benching though because this is the schedule for
Right.
the OC World Record stage.
Yeah.
MSI first day, Azus the second day, Gigabyte yesterday with Surge,
Yeah.
and Azrock, Nikshi, and whoever TL.
Oh, someone invited him up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
he
he was just hanging out,
talking.
hanging
yeah.
out. Chad, we're kind of, sort of, a little bit approaching the end of the stream. Any further questions or comments or concerns? I gotta take a break. I haven't had lunch or anything, so
Oh, really?
So
Go grab something to eat, man.
yeah. But what I was gonna say is, oh, thanks. Next year is gonna be bigger and better. Don't worry. What's left today? We're at 2:36 local time. The exhibition doesn't finish until 5 or so. So the afternoon will be the prize ceremony and that kind of thing, giving out of big novelty checks and
Yeah.
all the rest of it, and a cup, like a physical trophy. From my point of view, I'm not going to stream that. There's no value in that. There will be canned content courtesy of lots of different people, including Greg.
I'll record it.
So we're sort of winding down. It's been a fun 4 days. I should shout out lots of people, but shout out to Lenovo for my laptop not basically disintegrating.
Crashing.
Yeah. Shout out to, let's just go through everything. Lumix for making awesome cameras. Lawa for making awesome lenses. Greg has a Lumix as well. Sennheiser for making awesome microphones. And that's Audio Technica for
Well,
making.
funny enough, I have Audio Technica headphones and Sennheiser lav mics.
There you go.
With my Lumix camera, I think we're the same breed.
Yeah, Audio Technica for making awesome headsets with passive noise cancelling. Steinberg for providing all things audio. I'm not going to shout out the monitor manufacturers because
No.
let's keep them unnamed because these monitors are like 50 years old, it feels
they're
like.
garbage.
Elgato for making an awesome Stream Deck. I was about to shout out the people who rented me the camera, but they were really painfully difficult about it.
Which camera are you using for this stream? Is that the
GH5.
GH5S?
So non-S.
Just standard GH5.
Yeah. So the camera is mounted outside is one I own.
Yeah.
This camera is rented.
Okay.
Okay, let's just go through and do
Yeah,
through the
let's go through
entire
the
stream.
hardware.
So the vent space itself for having awesome Ethernet, 100 megabits up and down, that's amazing. Logitech for my MX518. Okay, I shouldn't go that into detail. What else?
It's not laser, so you got them there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a really old mouse. HP for making an awesome USB-C dock. What else is in the chain?
Is it Thunderbolt?
Yeah, it's all the things.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll talk to you about it off stream
Okay.
if you're interested. Really, really important. Little old lady in a random shop in Taiwan for selling me a gazillion meters of HDMI cable, which
need it.
which I really, 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 really needed.
Guys, if you saw the cabling this man set up, it's just it works. Okay.
It's amazing.
It's amazing for a last minute effort just to make this happen for you guys. He put in a lot of effort this year. Kind of wanted to do it last year, but Frank said no. This year he said yes. I don't want to do it, dude. I don't want to be in your shoes. I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot of work. So good job, man.
In terms of what's left for my hardware chain, my capture cards, J5 Create, dual input. I have 2 of them. I bought them this week. I had no idea what they were going to be like. They are amazing. They capture BIOS like it's the easiest thing in the world, which most capture cards can't do.
Yeah, they can. Like my AverMedia capture cards, even though they're like $350, they're 4K capture cards. They cannot capture BIOS.
Yeah.
I have to use like this Chinese like made USB to HDMI capture card just to circumvent it, and I'm just like, whatever, it works. But then suddenly they're coming out with these modern day capture cards which can actually read BIOS.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I'll put this link in stream chat as well. I'm just going through all the manufacturers. Okay. I keep it reasonably up to date. So this is what I actually own.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to buy an S. I don't own one, but I'm convinced that's a good camera. That's the lens that's outside. Okay, I don't want to
You
switch.
really like your Laowa.
Laowa is amazing, man. I didn't bring the 25. That's my mic. That's my audio interface. I didn't bring the macro.
Yeah, you got the full list, dude.
Those capture cards are amazing. J5 Create. I'm going to go to the booth right now once I'm off stream.
Oh, they're here.
They're here. They're in the end section upstairs, and I'm going to tell them from the bottom of my heart how amazing their capture cards are. I'm not exaggerating. They are awesome. So that's my PCIe set up at home that I couldn't run here.
Well, it's not going to go
So Elgato Stream Deck's amazing, capture cards. So I've run through about 6 or 7 different capture cards. This is what I've settled on at home, which is a quad for Blackmagic, from Blackmagic for my cameras,
right,
and then a single for the stream, for the actual rig cam. Then Stream Deck is obviously getting updated. I might just briefly go to the browser, but I do want people to follow the camera as well. Then Elgato for the mount for my. I don't use these janky ass desk tripods.
I've never used those either.
That's just because I'm traveling and I want to keep
I feel
weight
like this
down.
would break it.
Yeah. So at home I have
like a post.
I'll use my mouse so people can see it. I use this Elgato mount like that, and then I have the camera on the arm.
Yeah.
And the top of the Elgato mount I have like video lights, which is this, like a LED,
Very cool. I'm
LED
gonna
panel.
have to check out your streams.
Yeah, do. And then I always have normal tripods because I'm at home and I can just set up
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I use. Basically, it's just a tripod.
And then that's my motherboard, that's my case, those are my clamps. Ulanzi, never, almost as important as the stream the capture cards. I went at the 11th hour. I went to a shop in Taipei, and I was like, I need a clamp, and I need a clamp that's not going to destroy my camera. And it's held up for hours on end. It's held up for 2 days straight, actually. I had to do like mounting tests in my hotel room.
Is that where you're using it for that GH5?
Yep.
On stage? Oh, that's nuts.
I
was curious, like, how did he actually mount that?
I'll show you in a minute when we're off stream. I bought that clamp at the 11th hour. Shops were closing at like 9 o'clock. I bought it at 8:30 the day before I wanted to start using it. Then I was in my hotel in my pajamas doing mounting tests with pillows underneath this fucking
Testing
thing.
the weight?
Because I didn't trust it. I left it up overnight.
Honestly,
it
with
didn't
a name
break
like
down.
Ulanzi, I wouldn't either, but it seems to work. So
I don't think Ulanzi have a booth here, but if they do, I'll also
Probably
hug
not.
them because that clamp is legit.
Good for them. They made a fantastic mount.
That clamp is
that
legit.
thing's been hanging for 4 days now.
Yeah. Help me out here. Am I missing any hardware whatsoever?
The hardware? Yeah, no. Definitely not.
Right. the absolute briefest of mentions of software. OBS for streaming, rock solid. Streamlabs for chat integration and all that good stuff, amazing. Also a free service like OBS. A paid service, but still excellent in my opinion. Restream.io for the multi-streaming.
Restream's awesome.
I think that's kind of it in terms of software and hardware. Now, last but certainly not least, I got to start talking about companies and people.
Yes.
So, thanks to G.Skill and Intel for sponsoring this competition. Without them, nothing would happen. Thanks to G.Skill for providing the space and the internet and whatever else and the food. And of course, HarborBot for managing everything. Absolutely critical. In terms of people, the 4 judges, Hewell, Loud Silence, Young Pro, and Lee Hooft.
I still can't say that word.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Luke, oof. I don't know. You'll correct me.
And then on the G.Skill side, I met a lot of wonderful people. The ones who stick out in my mind, but I hope people who I forget aren't offended. Way, Frank, and Christine are the people I've most interacted with. You're all lovely people. Hope to see you again next year. Who am I forgetting? Oh, thanks to Matt for patching in and helping me out on the stream in the middle of the night. That was awesome. As we see Christine on the stage, that's very timely. Thanks to...
Yeah, ironically.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Thanks to Greg for hanging out with me.
Absolutely,
Thanks
man.
to Jia Cheng for doing an interview. Thanks to Peter for letting me stream
I
to his
do
channel.
want to get Lumi in here because
Yeah,
he has an
yeah.
interesting backstory.
Right, that might...
Let me text him, right?
Yeah, if you can get him right now, then fine.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we'll
I need
see,
to run
because
off and have
He
some
may not
food.
be paying attention because they're handing out checks right now.
Yeah. So, what I suggest is, I'm gonna go offline now,
Okay.
and then if we can work it out, I might do a post stream. But I've been live for 5 hours and 35
Yeah.
minutes.
You need a break, dude.
I've had like 2, 90-second breaks.
Yeah, I know. I came by. I'm just like, oh, Unity left. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Okay. Chat, it's been awesome. I'm gonna hit the button to stop the stream.
Well, you got to do the Taiwanese or Taipei.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah, send off. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Maybe
Maybe until later. Hold on, let's turn off the stage cams.